Life is a stage. You got to show up every single day. Like, there's rehearsals, there's a warm-up, there's the casual rehearsals, there's the dress-up rehearsals, and there's a performance. Like, whatever phase you're going through in life, you need to show up. The more work you put into the rehearsals, the more, like, there might be rehearsals where you're just in casual. And then there could be the better rehearsals of life where you're doing the dress-up rehearsal. As in, there are some bad times and there's some good times where you're doing the rehearsal. Dress up or casual. But the more rehearsals that you do, the more that you show up on stage, the better the performance. Think of it that way. The performance on stage, the other characters, whatever, if you're sick, the show goes on without you. The show will always go on without you. But it's in showing up that you will make a better performance. You will have the others around you there performing with you. So think of it that way in terms of there is no warm-up per se. There's no warm-up without you being on stage showing up every single day. Every single day is a warm-up on stage when you show up every single day, because then you're going through the motions. You're on stage. You're living life. Life is that stage. You want to be on that stage every single day, working on yourself every single day, working on your life every single day. You hold the pen, you write the script. Every single day, you are performing on that stage. You are writing your script for the next scene and the next scene. Each scene leads to the next scene. The scene you're not in, the show will still go on without you in that scene. But they're writing the story, not you, because you're not on that stage writing the story. You're not writing the story with the other people in, like, your environment and those in the environment. They're writing the story while you're not on stage performing, showing up. When you're performing and showing up, you're writing the story with them. And each scene leads to the next scene. So you want to be in every single scene, so you're writing every single scene of your life, and you're in control of every single scene that happens. Think of it that way. The more you think of it that way, the more you show up, because you don't have to be dressed up, ready to go. You can show up in your pajamas and still be part of the scene. You can still write your story. Then when you actually feel like getting dressed up and it's an amazing day, then you show up on that scene dressed up, ready to go, being your best self, dressed up, and it's more of a reflection of the performance you want to make in that life. Think of it that way. Because then you'll realize that it does not matter how slowly you go, as long as you do not stop. It does not matter how slow you go. Just do not stop. Sometimes just coping and putting one little tiny baby print in front of the other is a massive, massive win for you, because you're not going backwards. And sometimes just maintaining where you are now isn't stopping. It's you fighting to stay there. You're still moving by fighting that maintenance and staying in that maintenance and not going backwards. Yeah, okay, sometimes you will go backwards, but you're still pushing forward, trying to go. You're just fighting a tidal wind, and you're still going ahead. You're not going to let it crush you. You're still fighting it. You're still fighting it. You're not stopping. And it might be where X equals X, and you're fighting at the same rate, and you're maintaining. Or it might be X equals 2X. Who wins? The 2X, but you're still fighting. You're still fighting. I guess that's where maths kind of did help us in a way, because you can kind of see where you can have X equals X and the force is equal, or X to 2X. I should say 2x, not equals. X to 2X, the 2X is greater, but you're still pushing. Think of it that way. Another thing I really want to say is that everything is more catastrophized in our head. Like, the more you think about stuff, the more you dwell on stuff, there's no action happening. You're not being, you're not doing, you're not practicing the person you want to be. Okay, so you made all the intentions in 2018 that you want to be a more confident version of you. You want to be more in control of you. You want to be confident, yet you're not doing anything to get you to there. You hide away at the first sign of hardship, the first sign of feeling embarrassed, the first sign of anything that scares you. You're letting fear take over. You're not taking control of fear itself. The more you face the fear, it's like a muscle. The more that you face that fear, the stronger the muscle gets, the stronger you get. do not let fear overwhelm you. Like, for example, if you're trying to take like selfies and you're getting you'll embarrass, someone's gonna walk in on you, or you're trying to take, the thing that sets so many people back in the gym is that they don't know what their form looks like. They could be practicing something thinking that everything's going perfectly, and then all of a sudden, like 1 year later on, or someone who knows their shit comes up to you and says, are you doing that right? And you don't know. Like, you probably fall into their trap or whatever they tell you to correct when in fact you were doing it right, or vice versa, but it's taken this long of wasted time. When you could have done that ages ago and actually practiced proper form that whole time through if you actually had the confidence to film yourself. And no one goes into the gym to judge anyone. And there's more people actually filming themselves than not these days. It's what you do to be able to see where your form's at. And who cares what other people think? Like, how is worrying about what other people's perception and other people's opinion of you going to make you feel in the end? Like, what does it do for you? How is it adding to your journey? How is it taking you further forward by worrying what other people think of you? And if you realize, like, for example, if you're worried about wearing shorts to the gym because you're worried about what other people will think, and then one day you wear shorts to the gym and then realize it wasn't as bad as what you thought, you'll realize that all this time you over-catastrophized it in your head because you didn't just do, you didn't just be, you just thought, stressed, and feared. The moment that you face your fears once, the moment you'll realize that it wasn't as bad as it turned out to be. And the more and often you face those fears and just show up, the better you'll become at it, the stronger you'll be at it, the more confident you'll be at it, because you know your shit and you walked that path a few times before, many times before. And it does not matter how slowly you go in chasing that habit pattern and reinforcing those neural loops, like this and this and this. As long as you do not stop, it does not matter how slow you go. It does not matter. As long as this keeps twirling, you are moving forward in a habit loop and ingraining it in. This habit loop is reforming itself, just like your neurons connecting to each other and learning its motor patterns, like when you're doing an exercise. As long as you keep repeating it, as long as you keep practicing it, it's becoming more and more ingrained in you. It's becoming second nature. Just like when you're keeping on moving forward. There might be force coming, as long as you're still moving. You're still moving forward. You're not letting it crush you. You're still moving forward and fighting it. Just like if a massive tidal wave comes, not a tidal wave, but like a massive wave in the shore comes, are you just going to let it dump you and die? No, you're going to fight. You're going to wait. You might have to wait for the wave to pass before you come up for air. But the thing is, you didn't give up. You still kept trying. So I hope that helps. And stay strong. It's only Tuesday. You still have the rest of this week to beat. So I hope that this somehow pushed you forward in a way to make your hump day a little less bumpier and more humpier. And hopefully more pumpier too, because you'll be training tomorrow, most of you. If it's a rest day, it's a rest day. Every day's hump day in some way or another. Anyway, love you all, and I will see you on the other side.